everyone. I wanted to give you another monthly reading. Sorry, it's a little late. I know these are not so consistent in terms of what actual day, and I am not the most organized person, but I just want to say I really appreciate all of you continuing to support me, and just all of you that I get to interact with and continue to read for, create around or with. Thank you for that. And yeah, so I wanted to go ahead and give you your monthly reading. So just this reading within roughly the space of this month to next month. I know that I often talk about how time is tricky for me as a reader. I often feel like the edges blur, and information that I might say now could be relevant like 10 years from now. So there's that as well. So, take it as it resonates for you. And yeah, so here we go. Wow. Ooh, okay. So, guys, give yourselves a pat on the back, because what I'm seeing is, I mean, not just because of what I'm seeing, but I feel like you all are working really hard to feel clearer and maybe more grounded in whatever you're dealing with. And I feel like that's admirable. I also feel like for those of you sitting with really heavy things, and that could be each and every one of us at this point in this time period that we're in, go as easy on yourself as you can. But also, I feel like I'm getting kind of a dual message here with the cards have kind of clumped up in an interesting way. And so part of it is you may also feel like your burdens are lifting or shifting, or you are finding a way around or through or past them. There's also that. So yeah, good for all of you for just continuing to live on this earth plane and survive and maybe even thrive, and just be real with yourselves. So I feel like some of what I'm getting there is we have these two cards. They're sideways. Eight of Pentacles. So Pentacles are earth. Eight of Pentacles is, he's an apprentice figure. And there is that thing of learning by doing. And also just working really hard to solve problems in some way. To really get to the heart of whatever's going on and either like fix it. Maybe there's that kind of compulsion to fix it. But also just to really maybe tackle it with gusto is going a little too far, but there is this thing of like problem solving, learning, actively working on whatever you're going through. And I feel like with this beautiful group of people, you guys, I feel like this is about self-improvement. Which even that feels like kind of an outdated term, right? But I do feel like you're working really hard to figure things out, and just be conscious of what's going on within yourself as you're interacting with other people. And these situations are far from easy, so there, and I feel like this funny sideways position just means it's in progress. And maybe even you're moving through or coming out of, but it's in progress. And here we have Seven of Cups. This is a confusing energy. A lot of stuff is going on, and the challenge is like how to see through the BS, how to choose wisely, how to discern. And I do feel like what I'm getting is that it may be that the people in your lives, in our lives, because this applies to me too, right, are handing us a lot of confusion, and it's really hard to work through. And so we kind of have to come back to self, right, and figure things out. And that's right what we're, that's the energy that's right we're right in the middle of right now. That's what I'm getting. And actually, a friend of mine talks about in numerology, 8 actually being number of self, which I had never realized. I think of 8 as number of achievement, and this apprentice is obviously working really hard to achieve, right? To build, to structure, to grow this creation. But also, if you think about working on self, it just really makes so much sense. So yeah, there's confusion going on, and maybe the people in our lives are either like not being straight with us, all of them. I know this feels maybe like sweeping generalization, but for those people in our lives that are not being straight with us, or who are confused themselves, and maybe we're interacting with some of their confusion, I feel like maybe it's also about coming back to self and really, again, working on self and trying to work through, what am I needing in this moment that this person may or may not be giving me, or this situation may or may not be giving me. So I do feel like we're hard at work figuring things out. That is primarily what I'm getting, and I just kind of love it. I feel like it really makes me tune into the earnestness and the kind of the exploratory nature, but also the earnestness and the groundedness of this beautiful group of people. You guys, again. So there's that. And also, you have these 2 cards here, right? So here we have fire. It's a whole layer of fire. So everything that we're feeling passionate about, right? Because fire has that going on as well. And 10 of Wands, I mean, this person's, they're working really hard. There is that feeling of burden. They're literally weighing themselves down with these wands, right? And so with the reversal here, and it's coupled with 8 of Wands, which is often like news in transit, but also that, so I'm getting that kind of duality of fast and slow. Fire is often fast, and this is a fast energy, right? But it's also kind of slowed down here. So it's kind of a dual thing. I feel like there could be some good news coming in about whatever weight we're carrying, but also it may be that we're in the process of slowing down, taking it easy. Again, I feel like there's that message of be good to yourselves as you recognize all the stuff you carry, and maybe even like honor it by way of going as easy on yourselves as you can. Interesting concept to honor what you're carrying by way of lightening up on yourselves or ourselves. Again, just that thing of kindness. It's just huge. Kindness is so powerful, right? So yeah, I'm going to see if there isn't anything else that comes through. Yeah. Oh, this is a lovely pairing. So we've got the King and Queen of Pentacles. She's this eternal nurturer, and he's very much about the active manifestation, what's evident, what's solid. He's all about the business, the financial stuff, This is a really beautiful pairing. What I'm getting is that message that when we take care of ourselves, and maybe even, so the grapes are standing out to me here. Grapes also signify wealth, I believe. When we take care of ourselves by way of honoring what we have, the resources that we have, the inner wealth that we have. And again, I do feel like I'm just picking up on a lot of inner wealth, a lot of really beautiful aspects of all of you. When we honor that, we see it, I'm getting that our business grows, everything grows. We are able to manifest that much more easily. I'm tripping on my words a little bit, tripping up on them. But you get what I'm saying. Yeah, this is such a solid pairing. I mean, literally the earth element. And the other thing that tells me is how important it is to find ways to stay grounded and connected with this physical realm that we're in. So if that means eating a meal and really savoring every aspect of it that nourishes us, or getting enough sleep and really enjoying the feeling of your face on that pillow, or your head if you're turned sideways, or really feeling good in the clothing that you're wearing, and really enjoying the beauty of the style that you're wearing. That's this energy. That is very Queen of Pentacles, and I kind of feel like it's the beauty of the harmony between these two as well. There's definitely that dual thing going on, right? So it's like when we care for ourselves, we achieve what we're wanting in that grounded, physical, manifested plane as well. It's like everything can flow more easily. And there's a harmony there, because both aspects of living are of value, it's just a really beautiful thing and beautiful relationship to recognize that we're worthy of manifesting what we want and also caring for ourselves. And it doesn't mean that caring for ourselves stops at just us. It's just that when we really take a moment to put ourselves first, not at anyone else's expense, we allow ourselves to thrive, and then we are that much better able to give to those around us in ways that are pleasing and satisfying and life-giving and nourishing all around, right? So yeah, beautiful, beautiful energy. So, oh, wow. Okay, so the other thing I'm seeing, I didn't realize, there's actually 3 cards here. Other one is Chariot reversed. And you know what I'm getting, actually? So this is a Cancerian energy, so it's water. So Cancer is hooked up with the moon, right? And the moon is all about psychic knowing, intuitive knowing, what we sense that's nonlinear, what we know to be true on those deeper levels that our brain isn't getting in the way of knowing. What I'm getting is that this may be a time to go within. So this is a card that speaks to mastery, and that can be very external and manifested mastery. It can be like reaching the head position at your job, or I don't know, any one thing really, like getting the job, getting the promotion. It can be that level of like, look at me, I'm mastering life, or personal mastery by way of like, I have it going on because I'm aligned with myself and with my higher self. It's kind of like everything is in harmony with itself, and I am a beautiful, fine-tuned being. And the way it reads here is that this may be a time to really go within and nourish ourselves and nourish our potential, nourish the possibilities that are all around us, kind of like engage in those without the linear logical brain getting in the way, right? So to allow that space to exist where things are maybe a little bit more free form, but more things are possible. We're not getting in our own way, and to honor that space by way of, again, slowing down, nourishing ourselves. So kind of, it may even be that the physical plane or the physical ways we nourish ourselves becomes kind of a gateway to this other rich inner world where we can really know ourselves and feel at one with ourselves and at peace, you know? It's interesting. It's really interesting. So, and he was kind of hidden behind this energy here. So it really does feel like it may also be that the things that we're wanting to manifest, the things that we're looking to as indicators of what would it be like to succeed in life this way, that they kind of come full circle, that they all come back to self, being in tune with self, being in a place where we can recognize that anything is possible, and really, yeah, this feels like that perfect relationship between the ether, you know, these energy planes where things haven't yet manifested, but there's so many ideas and possibilities, and there's just so much potential. So that perfect relationship between that and then also what's manifested on the physical plane. This is very much about the teachings of Abraham Hicks. I'm sure many of you are familiar with those. Law of attraction, manifestation, being good to yourselves. All of that is a part of those teachings. So yeah, it's that thing of like one element of life being kind of a symbiotic thing, one element being in direct relation to the other. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that it's helpful, and I hope that it resonates with you guys. If I were to maybe clarify that a little bit, I'd just say that the way it feels from over here is you all are working really hard to figure things out, and this is not an easy period of time. And there may be a lot of things that are weighing on you that just feel a little bit impossible, but still it's possible to move past them, and still it's possible to treat yourselves better in the process. Not only is it possible, but I feel like you're gonna move past and through this stuff. But it's that paradoxical thing that I'm seeing. That's really what it is. It's that paradoxical thing. It's like we want the result and we want the quickness of that result. But what that result directly involves is slowing down and treating ourselves better and taking the focus off of the result and putting it back on finding that inner harmony, you know, however that happens. And again, I feel like that's very much the message with Queen of Pentacles is this is a time to nourish ourselves. And when we do that, we get different results, you know? When we go within, when we find harmony within ourselves, when we kind of reach that inner mastery, we get different results. We get more of what we've been wanting all along. And some of even what we've been wanting is that inner harmony, you know? This is a very Abraham reading. So, anyway, I hope that you all have a beautiful month, and thank you for your continued support, and I look forward to more interactions with all of you, and I will continue to post things intermittently at very least. It was greatly pleasurable to write about my epoxy art. And by the way, that's also something that continues to grow and evolve, and maybe more on that later. But in the meantime, have a beautiful month, and I will see you again in a little while. Bye for now.